my bed. Ain't gotta be, hey, gotta be chill like a Sunday. Never wanna look Thursday. Put your drink, got me feeling where you at. Make you feel love. Then it gotta be, hey, gotta be chill like a Sunday. Then it gotta be.
Hey Rose family, it's your girl Serenity Rose, and we're back with another video. So yeah, as you guys saw by the title, we're going to be talking about my favorite makeup brushes for certain application. So if you want to see my favorite makeup brushes, then just keep on watching. Also, my boyfriend is mowing the lawn yard again, so if you hear that in the background, I do apologize, but yeah. So let's start off with my first step. My first step in my makeup application is always my eyebrows. I don't always film it because sometimes that can get a little bit boring. So for brows, my favorite dual-ended brow brush is from Morphe. This is the M158, and it's just a dual-ended brush. It has a spoolie on one end and a angled like liner brush on the other side. And as you can see, it is super freaking thin, so it's really easy to create those like hair-like strokes and get like really precise lines for your brows to outline them and fill them in and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you haven't tried this brush, I highly recommend. Morphe brushes are super affordable. So then I like to clean up my brows with concealer. So I like to use a rounded flat brush like this one, and this one is from Morphe. This is the M224. It is really easy to get under there and just clean them up and then drag the product down and blend it out. And I really like to go on with a buffer brush to blend out the concealer. Any buffer brush will work. Also, I'm not getting into every category because that's a lot. So I'm going to talk about the main ones like foundation, bronzer, and blush and highlighter. As far as blending brushes go for eyeshadow, anything that's super fluffy, but as of lately, my favorite blending brushes are from the Makeup Shack. They are really nice quality and they blend out the eyeshadow like a dream. So the Makeup Shack T12 is like a fluffy blending brush, and it's really nice for the crease. I also really like the Morphe M501 for my crease shade because it is super fluffy and it just blends everything out like in a second because it's so big. As you can see, like comparing both of them, this one has a lot more bristles, but they do a really good job at blending out the crease shade. So let's move on to foundation. So for foundation, I have 3 brushes. I'm going to talk about the first brush because it's new to my collection and it's quickly became a favorite. So I recently received this in my, what are we in, May? I received this in my May BoxyCharm Premium box, and this is the La Rouge Kabuki brush, the LR322. And this is what it looks like, and I used it to blend out my foundation today, and I really am obsessed with this brush. It's probably going to be in my favorites. Like, I love the actual handle. I love how this is like a titanium gray chromey type of ferrule, and the actual bristles are really soft and blend out the foundation so nice. It's like you're using a beauty blender without using a beauty blender. So yeah, it doesn't leave you looking cakey, no streaks. It really presses the foundation into the skin so beautifully. I highly recommend you check this brush out if they sell it individually. Next is my second fave, which was my first fave until I discovered the La Rouge brush. This is the Morphe M439. Everyone and their mom probably knows about this brush, but this is the best brush to blend out your foundation. It really does a nice job at stippling in the foundation into the skin. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top of the skin, and it does cover a nice, you know, area of the face because it isn't so small. So yeah, I highly recommend this brush if you can't like get the La Rouge one, or if they don't have it individually. This one's super affordable and really good. And then third is the AOA Studio High Def brush. This is the F7. This does come in a set of brushes. I believe it comes with 10, but I think they sell it individually now. And it's like a flat kabuki brush. And again, this does cover a nice portion of the face. I really do like this brush because it really is easy to get under the eye because of the angle that it has. So yeah, really good for concealer, foundation, cream products as well. Like, this is a multi-use brush, so highly recommend this one. And this one's probably more affordable than the Morphe one. It's probably $1 or $2, and the quality on this is super good. So For concealer, I normally use a sponge, but when I'm being lazy and I don't want to, you know, touch the sponge and all that other stuff, I will use this brush. This is my Holy Grail concealer brush. This is from the Makeup Shack. This is the T42, and this is what it looks like. It's dirty because I used it today, but this gets under the eye really nicely, blends out the concealer like a dream, and it doesn't pick up the concealer, so you're still getting the full coverage of whatever concealer you use, especially because you're using a brush, whereas with a sponge it'll pick up some of the product. But this really does get into the corner really nicely, and again, no strokes or streak marks on the skin. It's just an overall really nice concealer brush. Okay, setting powder brushes. So for loose powder, I really enjoy the Morphe E48 brush. It's just like a little fluffy. It's not little, it's large. It's like a smaller large brush, if that makes sense. So it comes to a point and it really does pick up the powder nicely and disperses it really nicely and pushes it into the skin. If you pick up a larger amount of powder, you can definitely bake with the brush, but you know, it's hit or miss with me as far as baking goes. I do it sometimes. I mainly only bake my nose because that's the part of my face that gets the oiliest the fastest and the most. So yeah, this is a really nice brush for setting powder. And then for loose setting powder, I have two favorites. So my first favorite is from Walmart. This is the Equate Beauty brand, and this is their powder brush, and this brush is a ginormous. Like, you can imagine using pressed powder is super quick with this brush because it is quite large. This is normally larger than the actual pan that I'm using, or if not, it's the exact size. So just swirl it in there, tap it in there a few times, and then just start pressing into your face. And because it's so big, setting your face goes by like nothing. So this does a really good job at setting the face really quickly. And then my second fave is from Ulta Beauty. I'm not sure if this is still available, but this was in collaboration with Marvel, and this is the Black Widow collab brush, and it is a powder brush, and I love the design. I love the black to clear ombre, the red to black ombre bristles, and I love the way this feels on the skin. It's super soft, whereas the Equate Beauty one is a bit more dense. This is really good if you want to pack that powder on there, and then this is really good if you want to, you can pack it on, but you can also, like, you know, swirl it around really nice and smooth, and also dust away any loose powder that you have left on your face baking. Okay, so let's get into bronzers, or bronzer brushes. So for bronzer, I do enjoy the Morphe M527. It is a quite large fluffy brush, and it does cover a nice amount of the cheekbone area, so it's really nice to blend out the bronzer and get it, you know, all dispersed. It can get a little messy sometimes, so, you know, if you like something a bit smaller, then I have a recommendation for you. So if you like a smaller bronzer brush, this one from Essence is amazing. It's not as like fluffy and large as the Morphe one, as you can see. It is a bit smaller, but it is still nice and fluffy. So, and it is kind of like tapered, so it is really nice to get a precise blend on the bronzer application. So yeah, and Essence is super affordable. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to insert the picture of my favorite blush brush. It is a stippling brush, a dual fiber brush, and that is my favorite way to apply blush because it does disperse the blush really nicely. But I'm not sure where my blush brush is, but I will talk about a close second favorite. It is from ColourPop. This is the F21 brush. It is a angled like brush. You can use this for bronzer, but I really like it for blush. It is really nice to just get in there and blend it up. And actually, I feel like I'm lacking a little bit of blush, so let's apply some. I'm just going to use my Juvia's Place Seraphine blush. So this brush is really nice because it applies the blush at an angle, and you can just blend upward, because you never want to blend downward with blush unless that's your thing. You do you. But it does really apply the blush really nice and soft, and you can blend it out really nice and easy as well with this brush. Okay, bronzer, blush is done. Let's talk about highlighter. So I have three favorite highlighter brushes. So my first one is from Morphe. This is the M310. It is a fan brush, and I don't know what it is about this brush, but it applies highlighter so beautifully and so blinding. And it there's something about this brush. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it, but this is an amazing highlighter brush, and I highly recommend if you haven't tried it. Next is the Makeup Shack T102 brush. It is kind of like this, but oval and a bit more like small, so you can get super precise. You could do your nose, the bridge of your nose, anywhere really you apply highlighter. You could do that with this brush, but this one is just a little bit more smaller, and I really do like this one as well. And then for like loose highlighter and pressed highlighter, I like brushes like this. This brush is from, I don't know, because I got this like in an Ipsy, but this is the all over highlighter plus powder brush, and it is a really nice small like tapered brush. And especially for loose highlighter, you just tap in there and blend it out in like small circular motions, and it is so good. So thank me later. So for nose contour, so for cream nose contour, I like this brush. I believe I got this set off of Amazon. I will leave it linked down below. It does come in a set, but it's pretty affordable. This is like a small little domed like kabuki blending brush. It picks up the cream product really nicely, and as you can see, it is really easy to just blend out the cream product. And then for powder, I absolutely love the Morphe E62. This came in my James Charles brush set, and it's basically like an angled blending brush. So to get really precise, it is super easy with this brush, and really easy. So those are all of the brushes that are my favorites. If you have any questions, drop them down below and I will let you guys know and answer them as soon as I can. So before we head out to the outro, I did want to mention I did create 2 more designs for my collection. Or actually, I created 4 designs. Okay, so I created 4 designs for my press-on nail collection. So the first one is called Stormy Nights, and this is what it looks like. Really cute. I am obsessed with the bow. The next one is called Skittles. It's kind of like what I have on my nails, but longer, and it is in a coffin shape where my nails are square, short length, but this is long coffin. And I'm actually really getting obsessed with like the French tip type of design. So yeah. And then the next design that I made is called the Classic French, which is literally what the name says it is. It's the classic French tip for my pretty simple beautiful ladies and gents out there who love the simple clean look. This will also be available in different shapes and sizes and lengths and all that good stuff. And then last but not least, I went and created my Glitz and Glam set in the short square style length. And that is what they look like. Super cute and glitzy. I'm gonna try to keep you guys posted with my designs as much as I can. I've really been into creating more designs. I don't know what's gotten into me, but the creative bug has bit me and I ain't mad at it. If it was another bug, I probably would be, you know, scared and crying, but the creative bug, I'll make an exception for. So with that being said, I'm probably gonna put my nails on sale quite soon, but I'm not sure what the sale is gonna be yet. Leave some suggestions down below if I should do like a buy 2 get 1, or if I should do like a flash 24-hour sale where every single set that I create is on sale for $10 for 24 hours. I think that's a good idea. Honestly, really, like, making a profit as far as my business goes is, you know, would be great, but I really want to give something back to people that others are, you know, overcharging or overpricing, or something that they can't get, you know, at the moment. Like, not a lot of people want to go and sit in a freaking salon with, you know, the whole virus thing still going on or whatever, and I completely understand that. And then there's also people like me who can't wear long nails at work, but, you know, still want to feel like a girl and beautiful and get dolled up. So, you know, I create this for multiple reasons, but, you know, for me, profit is actually like the last thing on my mind, which is probably backwards. That probably shouldn't be like that, but I've never been a greedy soul. So, you know, if I could give back to someone and make them feel pretty or beautiful or, you know, confident in any way, that is profit enough for me. So yeah, on that note, also leave me what you guys think about those new designs down below, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good ish, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Can
you play that again?
Let me show 5, baby. We've been through the 305